Hand over your wallet, dickhead.
I'm well trained in the art of grown-up karate, and I even... please!
What's going on, Michael?
Yeah, not much.
How's your day going?
Yeah, good. Just doing
Look.
the press junket, but it's been great.
Well, look, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. This is like our like third time meeting here. We met at San Diego. We met at New York.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, in the press room. And as I was saying to your other compadres there, you guys have kept this show in such a mystery for months. Like, I didn't know what it was going to be, who was going to be who. Like, this is the first time that we're getting we're finally able to see it. And I'm happy to say the show was freaking amazing. I couldn't stop laughing. It took me a second to even realize that it was you who was Koala Man. A second, even when I spoke to you in person some months back, I still can't hear it as I watch it. What were you going for, like, for the voice of Kevin as Koala Man? Like, obviously you want to get away from like your own personal voice, but like, what were you aiming for to do the voice of Koala Man here?
I think there was a little bit of Reese Darby in there. Do you know the Reese Darby is in Flight of the Conchords as their manager? I think there's a bit of that aspect to his voice. It's also just I guess an impression of this Australian archetype that's not like your classic rugged manly Australian, more like the kind of pseudo intellectual dweeby type of middle-aged man who's a bit of a pedant and a stickler for the rules.
Right. And
it would work at somewhere like, a library or the council they're a type. So like that was definitely an inspiration for the voice. Kevin lives inside me. I love doing Kevin.
You just wake up feeling like Koala Man now. Did they make you like a mask and everything for this?
Yeah. I sometimes I do go out and I beat up kids for graffitiing stuff. They deserve it.
Was there any early, I guess, iterations of trying to differentiate Koala Man's voice from Kevin? Because I mean, they're fairly the same thing. Like,
we did talk about that, but I think it's more subtle. Like, I think it's in the confidence of the voice. When he's Koala Man, he's a little bit more confident, and but he doesn't like Batman it up and try to mask it too much.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't really try to mask that much, except use a mask, and he doesn't even change his shirt and shorts. So he's not the most compelling, believable superhero. But no, to answer your question, I pretty much stick to the same voice as Kevin when doing Koala Man.
I mean, first of all, kudos to you, man, being the creator of such a big project like this, having Justin involved, having Hugh Jackman involved, and the rest of this amazing cast that you pulled together. You guys make Australia sound like hell, and I never want to go now. Man, I feel like I lost my train of thought on the question. Like, what was kind of like your part in creating this, but like obviously having help from your writers and stuff like that, but also being voice talent on the show, do you feel like you have like more or less to do with kind of having this vision of like what you want to see, and then with having different roles on the show as well? Do you feel like you have a lot more to do now than you did originally, just being creator and just overall visionary for the show?
Well, I'm lucky in the sense that we have great showrunners, Dan and Benji, who like can take on a lot of the work when it comes to running the writers' room. Amazing like art directors, animation directors who are in charge of that kind of stuff. Right. So it's like a lot of work for me, but definitely it's a lot of the work is taken off my shoulders with the great people around me, more talented people than I am, that can ease the load and bring a lot of their own personality to the show as well. My role was really having a vision, I guess, for the show and like a kind of blueprint, and then having ideas for episodes and ways they can go and all this kind of thing, and then kind of just overseeing the whole process too. So it is a lot of delegation from my point of view, but like I guess also the voice acting and doing all the acting stuff is a big role too, and also directing the other actors is what I do as well. But yeah, it's a lot of small jobs in one.
Obviously I feel like I've been hearing about the show for a long time. Like how much time in the lab do you think overall? I mean, you obviously, like how much time in the lab did y'all spend just until completion where you are now? Couple years?
Oh man. So including like just development, yeah, probably 2 to 3 years. I can't even remember now, but it was about that. I think it was about like 2 years of actual production. Because just animation just takes so long. At the end of the day, you still have to draw it all. So there's no cheats, there's no shortcuts. So yeah, about 2 years, I think, or plus. I can't remember.
I can't imagine working on anything that long, man. I feel like I'm checked out after like a week or something.
Yeah, you kind of have to remember like what you're doing again. Like it's hard to be like, keep that passion up. But that's the best part about collaborating. You kind of you can remind each other all the time what the goal of this whole project is.
I mean, you talking 2 years here. That means that when I talked to Dan and everybody earlier, they were saying I was asking like was the goal always 8 episodes? And you think within 2 years, like you said, animation takes forever. You would have at least like 15, like 2 seasons done in the books. Yeah. I mean, are you guys always planning to do eight episodes a season? Or, I mean, obviously as Hulu renews, which it will be renewed because the show is hilarious. Do you guys are planning to do more episodes per season or just see how it goes?
I think it's more up to Hulu for whatever they want. We're up for whatever too. So it's just like, more the merrier, I guess, for us. But yeah, for a first season, it's definitely, you're gonna have more time to do those episodes because you're building it really from the ground up, having to design all the characters, do all the key backgrounds, and you're kind of learning as you go. Like first seasons are always hard for that aspect. So if there is a second season, it will definitely be eased in some aspects, seeing as we've got a lot of the assets already drawn and done. So that'll be good.
So from your math, that basically means I have to wait until 2025 for season 2.
Basically, yeah. 2025, 2027, something like that.
At least it's on Hulu. I can rewatch. I know working with Justin and everything. I mean, obviously, you want to make this show so much different from Rick and Morty and the other Hulu show. Like, what was something that you didn't want in this show that those other 2 shows that he has out now already has?
Well, I think Justin would say the same in the sense that he wouldn't want to make this like this is not like a Justin Roiland show in the way that it's like he hasn't created it or come from his head, but that's exactly what he wanted. His main role in this was putting his name on it, helping sell it, helping all of us kind of get it through the door, and being there as a mentor to whenever we needed advice or because not many people have done something like this, and he has done it. So he was a great resource for advice and other little tidbits. And he supplied a voice, which was great too. So he was, Justin was a great help to the show.
All right, I guess my last question. Was there anything as the creator of this beautiful project that you felt like you got pushback on, or there was nothing that didn't stick?
No. My worry was that, American networks would strip all the Australianisms away and try to Hollywood it up and Americanize it. It was actually the complete opposite. 20th century studios and animation and Hulu were absolutely like the best and so accommodating to making it as Australian as possible. In fact, sometimes I would hold back on the Australianisms and the weirdness, and they would say, no, push it more of that. We love it. So yeah, they were really accommodating. And any notes, of course, there's always notes when it comes to doing a show like this. It always, at the end of the day, made it better. Maybe there were some things we pushed back on. I can't even remember now, but yeah, for most part, it was a great collaboration.
And just to be clear, there's no powers to give Koala Man, and any plans to give Koala Man any abilities or powers in the future, right?
Not yet. I mean, you never know. The good thing about the show is it feels like it can go anywhere.
Right.
That was the goal was to make kind of like a show where we can not only do the grounded real kind of stuff, but also go weird and strange and surreal. So you never know. You never know. Koala Man could get powers.
Well, Michael, look, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview with me. I appreciate you. You're doing a good job. I'm hoping for 10 seasons. The show is hilarious. I see myself, watching this 1,000 times, at least 2 or 3 times over. I'm gonna say 1,000 times, but definitely gonna let my friends and family know to be watching this and check it out when it comes out.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Terrell. I really appreciate that. And yeah, awesome.
Well, nice to meet you.
Have a good rest of your day.
You too.
All right. Cheers. See you later.